Hey everybody, this is Spooky799KIL, and I'm here to give a review to Alien Isolation. I know I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I really enjoyed the game, and I believe anyone who is a fan of the Alien franchise should play this game. It probably is one of the best, or the best Alien games out there, with tremendous atmosphere and faithfulness to the original Alien film. The game has been praised numerous times. Me saying this now is rather pointless, but I guess the real reason you guys would want to watch my review is to hear my opinion on the game, so here it goes. The story of the game takes place in 2137, 15 years after the events of Alien. Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, goes in search for the flight recorder of the Nostromo, which has been located aboard the Sevastopol station. Amanda gets separated from her crew and must discover what has been going on in the station, since it seems all hell is broken loose on it. You meet other people on the station, including a man named Axel, a few more survivors, and the colonial marshals who help her on her journey. She encounters malfunctioning synthetics, or it may be implied that they are, and try to kill her and anyone else on the station. She also encounters the alien, which of course is the main focus of the game. She battles the xenomorph, defeats it, recovers the recorder, learns what happens to her mother, and escapes. I hope anyone who is watching this have played the game, so I'm comfortable of saying spoilers. I liked the story. It didn't feel too forced like the previous game, Alien Colonial Marines, and it didn't do any damage to the actual movies, even though being in the same canon universe. I found the idea of the alien wandering and stalking the station to be very respective of the alien. It was a good setting, and a feeling of claustrophobia was perfect for an alien game. I found the attention to detail in the game was amazing, especially the taking pointers from the first film, almost replicating it. The design, atmosphere, sound is all in there. The story just revolved getting off the station and stopping the alien. There is a reference to Ripley and the events to the original movie, which makes sense as it sort of ties into the game, which was executed perfectly. The only thing that was pretentious was the ending. The ending was abrupt, and it sets up for a sequel, or it could just be a cliffhanger. All that happens is you destroy the space station along with the alien, and you get launched into space. It looks like you will go on drifting forever, but then comes a bright light which shines on your suit. This could indicate Weyland-Yutani finding her. One inconsistency is that the scene in Aliens, Bert tells Ripley died of old age, yet she didn't. Never explained if it was a cover-up or something. Also, late in the game, you find out that there is more than one alien, and it finds lots of eggs, yet no indication of how they got there. There was no queen in the game, so that is out of the question. Since it was never explained, my only assumption is that they had taken the eggs from the space jockey's ship. Those are the only problems I had with the story. The characters are pretty good, though most you don't get to know much. Amanda is relatable, as she just wants to know what happened to her mother, just like we all would. She came with a few other characters, which sadly aren't that memorable. The only one that has some character was Samuels, who was a synthetic, but doesn't have enough screen time to really get engaged in. The other two characters that came with Amanda have so little screen time, I barely even remember their names at the moment. Axel's the first character you encounter on the space station, and gives you information about the alien and what has been happening. He's the typical first survivor you encounter who is scared shitless and totally paranoid. You accompany him for a little while and he saves you. He's killed off early though. Most of the other characters are okay, but are only briefly given screen time. These include the colonial marshals and some of the Sevastopol station explorers who went into the space jockey ship. They get screen time, but not much to have credible backstories. The gameplay is a very different approach compared to all the other Aliens and AVP games which have mostly been first-person shooters. You're just gunning down aliens non-stop. That doesn't happen here. Sure, you can take out a few human enemies and synthetics, but you cannot hurt the alien. This was a big risk, and I am so glad that the game did so well to know that the risk paid off. Just like in the first film, the alien is almost seems powerful and can almost withstand any damage. The game has a lot of exploration, which is a definite plus in a game like this and the series as a whole. Exploring the station is very fun and dreading, and the alien to come and ruin your comfort zone just makes it even better. There are rarely any safe areas in the game. The game allows you to craft various weapons and tools to survive, but be careful as the alien can actually learn from what you use against it. My favorite part of the game was when I kept using the flamethrower and the alien showed up, and when I had the flamethrower drawn, the alien just stopped. It knew I had the weapon out and it was being cautious. That was just amazing. Another thing that was quite fun was being attacked by both the alien and synthetic at the same time. The synthetics don't attack the alien though. I guess because they don't attack it, the alien doesn't care and knows it's not a living organism. It was funny when the synthetic said, "What are you?" to the alien as it walked around. One thing that bothered me in the game, though, there was no acid blood damage. I know that there was barely any way to really damage the alien, but one time I did get a few shots in, and it did bleed, but when I went over the blood, it didn't hurt me. Kind of disappointing since every Aliens game has had acid damage, even Aliens Colonial Marines. That's just a minor complaint. The one part of the game that got me really excited was when I was exploring the derelict space jockey ship. Even though you explored this ship in AVB2 and Aliens Colonial Marines and basically almost every other Aliens game, I believe this one was done much better. Definitely a real treat for Alien fans. Loved this part of the game. The game is hard too. You have to be real skillful and have lots of patience if you're going to survive. I will tell you right now that I did rage quit twice in the game due to dying so many times. The difficulty gets very difficult at the end, but once you pull through, it's all so satisfying, unless you didn't like the ending. The game also has no auto-saving or quick-saving. Back to survival horror save points, which helps with the strategy of the game. And hiding in the lockers and see the alien brush by is so terrifying. Hope games go back to that style, especially horror games. I'm just going to say I am glad an Alien game has been made with this kind of gameplay and stays more faithful to the original film. The alien looks amazing and probably the best looking alien in video game form compared to all the other games. It looks exactly how the alien from the original film looks like. The only thing they changed was the shape of its legs to look more dinosaur-like than human-like. The change wasn't that different, so I'll let it pass. I heard many people complain that the alien doesn't sliver or crawl on the walls enough. I would like to point out that the alien from the first film actually never really climbed on the walls. It was hanging on the chains in the scene it kills Brett, but no other scene actually shows it on the walls. This was later implemented in Aliens so that the aliens could move fast around the hive like bugs. The sounds are from the film though. Is it just me or does the alien make a sound that sounds like the grunt sound from Amnesia? Maybe it's just a nod to Amnesia being similar in style, who knows. Overall, I think they did a fantastic job with the alien in the game. The synthetics are very interesting. In the movies, we always saw humanoid synthetics trying to blend in. In the Alien and AVP video games, there are synthetics that are much different. The synthetics in this game are called working Joes, and they look like mannequin robots. They are actually scary, and in one part of the game, they all stand like statues, and it scared the piss out of me. In the AVP games, there are combat synthetics that look more robotic and creepy too. These ones in this game are not from Weyland Yutani. They are from a different company, and they look more like knockoffs, and are more basic than their Weyland Yutani counterparts. But they are definitely more scary, and seeing them slowly walk towards you to attack and choke you to death is terrifying. While playing, I encountered several glitches, which is to be expected, but not as much as, say, Aliens, Cloning Marines, or AVP3 had. But some of these glitches are the weirdest glitches I've ever seen. One glitch was while using the wrench, it would appear floating from where you were once standing. I found out that this happened when you used the scroll button. Another glitch was when the humans got stuck in the transit, and also the transit lights were already spawned in before the transit arrives for you to go in it. Another strange glitch was when facing and moving the camera across a certain direction, Amanda would make a small cry of fear. This is probably the strangest glitch I have ever seen. There are several references to the movies, which is to be expected from a movie-adapted game. The design is almost an exact replica of the original Alien movie designs. The atmosphere and layout is exactly made to capture the feel of the original Alien movie. Even new stuff that has been added feels like it fits right into the Alien movies. You really have to admire the attention to detail. Here's a comparison between AVP-1, AVP-2, Aliens, Cloning Marines, and Alien Isolation of the old Nostromo lab. Almost shows you how graphics have increased in the years. There is also one area that looks like an area from Dead Space. Both games have been inspired by each other, so no doubt it would have an area that almost looks the same. All in all, the game is very good and probably the best game I played in 2014. The only people I could see not liking this game are Aliens fans who just want non-stop action and shoot things, or people just want to see aliens and predators fighting the whole time, like, say, the hardcore AVP fanboys. But if you're a big fan of the series, especially the original film, this game is a definite buy. Although I still hold AVP2 as my favorite Alien game, in Alien Isolation's defense, it'd be the first Alien game I recommend anybody to play who has not played an Alien game. I give the game a 9 out of 10. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And maybe you guys want to see me review some other games. I'll just see how well received this video gets. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Spooky799, KIL. See you guys later.